Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekend update. We're going to start off today with the Dow daily chart, but as you can see here, it doesn't show a whole lot, but that is exactly what we wanted to see in the last week. We finally saw that action that we've been patiently waiting for, and what really helped it, if we look back just a couple of weeks, is the sell-off in crypto, and that money flooded back into the meme stocks, which in turn started to light a fire under all these beaten up micro caps. And it was a fantastic week. Things are shaping up excellent for this upcoming week as well. As you can see here on the Dow right now, it's just riding up the 50-day moving average. I have the volume noted down here because buy volume starting to pick up, so the market looks healthy coming into this week. I mean, it's always dependent on what news is out there, but things look good. QQQ, the only thing I would say on the Qs, while we're still in a nice uptrend, is that we have a possible head and shoulders formation here. What we need the Qs to do is break up and make a new high here up in the 340s. The level I would be watching for that would be a possible sign to step back would be a breach of 320, but I think this is really a slim chance. It would need to be some really bad news out there or a big rotation into the opening stocks, but I think that rotation is over. Crypto is still dead, so that money is looking for a new home. AI, which has been an excellent barometer of what we've been seeing in the market. Now, the last couple of days they had earnings and gave up the move, so these proxy stocks that I look at, sometimes earnings and big events will have them pause a little, but even if you look at how this stock traded intraday in the last couple of days, it's still held up with the overall action we were seeing in the market. I will be keeping an eye on the 50-day moving average to see if AI could hold there. With my bullish stance in the market, I believe it should. So, again, we're going to see what this week brings us. But anyway, let us jump into some plays. MLND is finally starting to get found. Now, the thing is, the volume has not come here yet. We have not had that 10, 20 million volume day yet on this one. Merger plays red hot right now. These guys, all the research on it and my views on this W formation. Traders are now starting to see this gap fill up here, and that is why you're starting to see the volume ramp up. We have excellent support right now in the 120s. This should be the new base for this stock. And again, as I've said before, on my swing positions, I love picking up intraday dips on these swings to help make my swing position free. And this stock has been an excellent ATM for us over the last several weeks and should continue to do so, I think, going into this week. Merger plays, ACST, of course, we know this is a merger play, and the volume is starting to ramp up nicely on this one. Where will they really start to chase? A break of 60 cents, I think, is really going to bring them back into this stock in a big way. We saw a huge move on the likes of Naked and SNDL this past week, and they're probably going to come for another one of these stocks. This is a stock that had a big move back with all the meme stocks when the pennies were rocking last year, ran all the way up into the ones. They're starting to come for it again. AEI, this was a patience swing for us, heavy short interest, and look at this volume just ramp up. Now, you recall when I was talking about this one, I had my first target as the 20-day EMA, and that was at 550, 40-ish. But you recall in one of the videos, or maybe a couple of the videos, I mentioned how this moving average will continue to come down, but it should have been over 5. And you can see it touched it on Friday, ended up breaking over that 5 level. And that is why I absolutely love and have over the many years I've been trading the 20-day EMA, especially for oversold stocks for a bounce back. Now, if these guys actually come out with some news, it'd be nice to see it build a strong support level, 475 to 5, maybe even close above 5. And then the next upward target on this one would be a move towards the 50-day moving average, but that would be a little time in coming. So for now, looks good going into this week. And, it did exactly what it was supposed to do, bounce back to that 20-day EMA. SPRT. Now, one of the big mover themes in the last week was shorts getting squeezed, especially naked shorts. Now, SPRT is another merger stock, heavily shorted merger stock. Picked up a new swing position on this one on Friday, and it is setting up for a very nice breakout. A close over this 50-day at 361. You'll start to see all those algo scanner programs, etc., start to identify this stock, and traders starting to go, ooh, look at this stock. So that's the next level to look for in a break here, 361. You started to see a lot of volume and buyers come into this one on Friday, so it's starting to get on the radars of a lot of traders right now. UAMY, slow and steady upward move. These are what make swing profits good. You don't see these, these small little moves every day are great for swing traders because it keeps the scalpers mostly out of these stocks. And then when you look back over the course of a week or two, you go, wow, I didn't really think about that, but that stock's up 25% just slowly but surely. Broke above the 50-day moving average on Friday. Again, we're still waiting on news from these guys. If they ever get their crap together, could be very, very nice. Next break level, close over 1. Next upward target would be 130 to 50 plus zone. Now, of course, when this one moves, XPL is the one that moves with it. And you can see here, this one is also in a nice uptrend. Got above its 50-day moving average at 72 on Friday. So this is setting up very, very nicely as well for a move back towards $1 now. You can see all these patient swings that I held on to during the market sell-off are starting to now nicely curve higher. INUV, this is another one right now, and it is challenging and has been over the last few days. Its 50-day moving average at 81 cents. What would it take to free this one? Probably a break over 85. Break and close in the 80s, 85 area. Nice chart setup. Now, over the last few days, I've started to increase my swing positions on these swings that I've held for some time, like XPL, INUV, etc. That's what I'm going to be looking to do this week as well. I'm going to start spending a little bit more cash on my swings. I'm down to about 80% now, considering 2 weeks ago I believe I was at 90% plus. So tiptoeing in, you don't rush in when, at least I don't rush in when I'm starting to reaccumulate my swing positions. I take baby steps and start pressing those swings as they slowly move higher. And what we'll start to see is larger and larger moves if this movement into the small and micro cap stocks continue. Last year, June was the beginning of the mania, if you recall, not just the COVID mania, but the spread out to a lot of other stocks. So let's see if we can have that calendar trading happen again. SYPR. This stock, it blows my mind that this stock is still trading here. When you look at all the hot sectors and the contracts that these guys are signing, this is the space stock, the news that they have out there. Now, what I have highlighted here, every month or so, this stock has a huge news spike. Now, we've had a couple of really, really good news releases that have not given us this kind of move, but now that the sentiment has changed in this market, another one of those big space contracts or whatnot, and we could be eyeballing a move up to 5. But these kinds of swing stocks that are solid, are undervalued, and has a history of big spikes, I'm very comfortable having a nice little swing position in these and just waiting for those news runs. FAMI, nice little uptrend here. Heavy volume stock, and that is what they are coming for right now. CHCI. Now, we've seen a lot of overvalued and crazy moves in a lot of these small float stocks. CHCI continues to get held underneath the $7 level. The problem with CHCI is they actually make money. It's profitable. They're making cash. Their business is booming. That's why the stock's not moving. It's the garbage with no revenues or not even a play on the chip sector that are moving 300, 400, 500% in this market. But we've got a nice little cup and handle set up here. A close over 7, and you're going to probably start to see them come in, and they'll really love this stock at 8 to 10. That is what usually happens on these stocks. Look at AEI. You couldn't give this stock away under 4, and on Friday they were chasing at 5. Traders, especially the new traders that have hit this market in the last year, they hate dips. They love chasing stuff up 25, 50, 100%. And if you've got a little bit of patience and you know what you own, it's just a matter of sitting and waiting, and that's what I do. VERB has teased on their Twitter page that they've got their Microsoft news coming. So what I've got highlighted here, the break would be the 200-day moving average, but I'm just speculating that we get a pre-market press release one of these mornings in the next week or two, and you know how the scanners and the pre-market news chasers are. They'll probably chase this thing $1.70 2+. So let's see if we get that news this week. VTVT, this is another heavily shorted stock, starting to get the volume in there. A close or a move through that 260.70 area, and you could really see some pressure and push this one up to the threes. Again, not a whole lot of these short interest stocks left, but they're just getting chased and run by the robots left and right. So this is one I'm okay sitting on while we still see those kinds of stocks moving. TENH. Now, you see this chart right here? I could have told you, wouldn't believe if I told you these guys actually did an offering a few days ago. Doesn't even reflect it in the chart, and that is a very, very good sign. 50-day moving average, 128 break for 150 plus. Nice little uptrend on this one. And again, this does not look like a stock that had an offering, and that in itself is a bullish setup going forward. Quick mention on Job. The problem with Job is the offering was so big that these guys continue to churn shares. Now, I picked up a swing position just because of all the jobs news out there. Eventually, they're going to let this one go. Trades a lot like AEI did, you know, the same kind of action from the people who did the underwriting. So, you know, it's just a matter of when they're probably going to let this one go. At least that's the way I view it. And, you know, the way it's sitting right now, it's got very, very strong support in the mid 50s. So, I mean, if they don't let it break out right now, I'm okay sitting on it for the near term. Last stock I'm going to mention is AIKI. Again, W formation. The ASCO stocks actually really disappointed on Friday. Perhaps we're going to start seeing some press releases tomorrow on the likes of FIO and ADXS, etc. But they popped and dropped. AIKI has more going for it. That was a good event to see it to get a move, but we've got this W formation in here. We've got the mushroom legislation out there. These are the mushroom biotech stock. So I'm okay sitting on this one. I would actually be okay sitting on this one even down into the 90s, where I would probably add to my swing position just because of the bullish sentiment I see out there in the market right now. So that's where we're going this week. Things look good. The action is starting to come back, and that is a very, very good thing. So have a great weekend. I'll see you all in the chat room tomorrow. Bye.